Tonight was WWE Payback. And someone can correct me if I'm wrong here, but I believe this is the official final WWE Premium Live Event SAS pay-per-view under the McMahon family umbrella. Because I believe in a couple of weeks from now, in the middle of this month, this whole endeavor, UFC WWE merger is going to be made an official. So WWE won't be officially owned by the McMahon anymore. It's crazy when you think of it that way. But anyways, nonetheless, tonight for Payback, honestly, overall this was a good show. This was a good show. It's honestly crazy because heading into it, a lot of people were saying how this show wasn't gonna be all that good. People were saying, "Oh my God, like the match card is so dumb and it's just not looking good." And people were even saying that this is about to be like the worst pay per view of the year. But honestly, for what it was worth, I thought this was a good show. And we kicked the night off with Trish Stratus versus Becky Lynch, ending their rivalry, ending their feud in a steel cage match. And man, dude, you could tell Becky and Trish, they went out there and they delivered. With this being their final match. After the what has been a majority overall terrible feud. Like realistically, like their feud was not been good. But they delivered here tonight. Becky won, rightfully so. Trish really got upset with Zoe Stark, and Zoe Stark turned on Trish Stratus. And you know what? I'm gonna give Trish Stratus. I'm gonna say thank you, Trish, because she. I thought she did her part. She did the best she could during this run, and managing Zoe, helping Zoe, and even feuding with Becky. So like she tried her best, and it wasn't like she showed up one week and then she was gone like a whole month. Like she showed up and she just she tried her best. So thank you, Trish. Thank you, Trish. Next was LA Knight versus The Miz, and John Cena was who has been hosting the show. He did a good job tonight as the host, but he was the special guest referee. And obviously, John Cena, we know he was gonna get in a little confrontation with The Miz, but he also got in some confrontation with LA Knight. And man, an LA Knight John Cena promo slash match that could be something there. But LA Knight won the match, and John Cena, shook his hand and respected and pretty much, acknowledged LA Knight like this is his time, this is his moment. So kudos for John Cena to doing that. But from a match, the match was all right. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't the worst match, but it wasn't like match of the night. You know what I'm saying? All right, so next was Rey Mysterio versus Austin Theory for the United States Championship. This match was really, really, really solid. Um, I knew Ray. We all knew Ray was gonna win. Like we knew Ray was gonna win. But I gotta say, man, Rey Mysterio must love cinnamon toast crunch because like WrestleMania, his match was sponsored by Cinnamon Toast Crunch, and now tonight his match was sponsored by Cinnamon Toast Crunch. God forbid Ray like faces Roman for the championship again. The match is gonna be sponsored Cinnamon Toast Crunch. So Ray must really love that cereal. I'm not a big fan. I don't really eat a lot of cereal. But hey, I mean Ray must love it because that I'm starting to think like that's in almost every match he's in. But again, him and Theory, I thought they put on a solid match, and I'll be really curious to see now that Theory is, I guess, done with the U.S. title. I'll be curious to see what he does next. Probably in the tag team feud with Grayson Waller, which those two were definitely gonna go crazy as heels. Now earlier, I said how LA Knight and The Miz wasn't bad, but it wasn't like match of the night. Um, Man, this was definitely match of the night for me. Freaking Judgment Day winning the tag team titles, Finn and Damian beating freaking Sammy and KO. My God, man, it's like Judgment Day got involved. Rhea Spirit KO. Jade McDonough, even though he's not really a part of the group, he still got involved. Dominic got involved. I was like, dang. Kevin Owens was busted open. I was like, how did he get busted open? And then he did that swanton, which was like insane. But this match was freaking brutal. It was physical, and Rhea said it like if the Judgment Day don't walk out of Payback as champions, there's gonna be some changes. Well, Damian and Finn took that to light. They took it to heart, excuse me, because again they won the match, and I kind of feel bad for Sammy and KO. I feel like now that their reign as champions are over, I feel like they never really hit the ceiling, you know what I'm saying? They never really got to the rooftop, like, because a majority of their time as tag team champions, they were feuding with the Judgment Day. Like, they were just going back and forth with the Judgment Day. But, you know, their matches weren't bad on Raw, you know what I'm saying? Like, they weren't bad matches, but like a majority of their feud out at, like, they feuded with, they won the titles from the Usos, and then just as soon as after that, they just started getting it out of with the Judgment Day, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, man, you could have got out of with like the Street Profits or like, you know, other teams, you know what I'm saying? You know, even Heavy Machine, not Heavy Machinery, but Alpha Academy, you know, that match would have been something to see. Not saying that match still can't happen, but you know. Wow, the Grayson Waller effect, man, at Cody Rhodes. And, you know, heading into, I was really curious to see where this was going to lead to. I was like, okay, Cody Rhodes probably just going to beat Grayson in an impromptu match, you know. But Cody came on the show because he had an announcement. And that announcement, as you see in the picture here, is main event Jey Uso. He's going to be taking over Monday nights now because Jey Uso is back in the WWE and he is going to Monday Night Raw. Now, kayfabe, out of kayfabe wise, you know, this is obvious. I feel like, you know, they're doing this because keeping Jimmy and Jay separate, you know, definitely, I feel like that's a big match they're going to make for WrestleMania. I know it's early saying that, but I'll get more into that as we get closer to that, you know, season. But it's good to see Jey Uso back. And, you know, just like, you know, Jimmy Uso, remixed theme. They both got remixed themes, and just like Jimmy, his theme's pretty good. But yeah, Jay super kicked Grayson Waller, and welcome to Monday Night Raw for main event Jey Uso. You know, all right, Saria Ripley versus Raquel Rodriguez. So this might piss some people off, but this was actually the one match on the show where I was not really into. Like, I don't know, like you know, because Rhea and Raquel, like heading into it, I was like, okay, like they had a good match in NXT, you know, they're gonna have a good match here, and then it was like, oh man, like this match ain't really hitting like I thought it would, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then you know, when you know a champion's gonna win, you know, sometimes it kind of really like takes away from the match, you know what I'm saying? Like, everybody named Mama knew Rhea was gonna win. Like, Raquel stood no chance in hell, you know what I'm saying? And then Dominic got involved, which was like, oh my lord, Dominic. Which I gotta agree with Michael Cole here. You know, he said that Dominic was the MVP, and I gotta agree. Dominic has been the MVP tonight, so you know Rhea is gonna get him a little something, something, if you know what I'm saying. No, but all jokes aside, like I said, this was a meh title match. I don't even think the crowd was really into it. Like, the biggest pop of this match, I feel like, was legitimately when Raquel hit Dominic, and that was it. Which I don't blame him because it's Dominic. Seeing Dominic get his butt whipped is definitely going to serve up as one of the biggest pops. But still, like, Dominic wasn't a competitor in this match. He just came out because his mommy was in trouble. But Rhea retained, so we'll see what's next for Raquel. We'll see what's next for her. All right, man. So the main event: Seth Rollins, Shinsuke Nakamura. This was a good match for the World Heavyweight Championship. I thought they told a really good story with, you know, again, Seth Rollins and his back. And the ending was crazy. I'm not gonna lie to you. It was kind of like I knew it was gonna happen, but like it was still a pretty crazy and cool ending. But yeah, really good match between both men, and yeah, you know, you could tell the two really went at it here. But like I said, man, overall, I thought tonight Payback was a good show, at least for me personally. Like, I thought like Kevin Owens, Sammy tag match was match of the night for me, and Rhea and Raquel, I just think that match was really hitting, if I'm being honest with you. But yeah, still, this was a good show. It may not be the best show, but this of the year for WWE, but I would like definitely say this wasn't a bad show, especially with, again, heading into the show, a lot of people were saying that, oh, this show ain't gonna hit. I hope y'all enjoyed my WWE Payback review. Let me know in the comment section, how do you feel about, you know, the winners, the losers, and you know, what's next. You know, hope you guys liked the video. Tomorrow, all out, you know what I'm saying? Especially for CM Punk. I know that was a bad shameless plug, but I'll see y'all later, man. Peace.